Hi guys, welcome back to another Bourbon Santa video. What am I doing? Oh, I'm just filling up some samples for my Patreon crew. Links in the description. Anyway, what's this? What's this? What's this? This is Kentucky Owl. It's the Kentucky Owl Bourbon. It's the newest Kentucky Owl Bourbon, batch 11. And this was bottled July 2021. And it's 118.8 proof, so 59.4% alcohol. Now it is a straight bourbon, but it's also a blended bourbon. And these are done by Mr. Deadman at Kentucky Owl. So I haven't had this one before. I've had 10, batch 10, a sample of batch 10, but I haven't had batch 11 yet. So I thought, while I'm filling up these samples and getting ready to send them, that I might as well just go ahead and shoot a review real quick and see what I think of it before my patrons get to try it. So I will say that pouring it into these sample bottles, it smells really, really, really good. So let's see if it smells the same in my Glen. It smells wonderful. It's like a perfect balance of cherry and oak and like the creamy white sap from a freshly cut down oak tree when you're like splitting logs that are a little too green. There's some baking spices hiding out in the back. There's lovely like brown sugar mixed with caramel, mixed with molasses. There's a beautiful rye note just hanging out like, hey, I'm just chilling here. No big deal, right? As I nose it more, the rye is a little more pronounced. I'm becoming more aware of it. Let's just taste it. Oh yes. Oh man. That is big and bold, and you know it's there. Ooh. Huge, huge flavors. Huge filling, round, caramel, butterscotch, a little bit of toffee, a little bit of saltwater toffee. It's a little tiny bit salty. It's still going. Chest hug, big time. The rye definitely shows up more on the palate than on the nose. Ooh. Oh man. Let's go in again. Going back to the nose, it doesn't change much. The rye has a little different aspect to it now than it did before. It's a little fuller. It's a little brighter rye than it was. And some of the darker caramel, brown sugar notes are kind of a little more subdued. You're getting the nice vanilla, you're getting nice cherry, and nice rye and wood. That's the four main notes on the nose after tasting it. Still a little bit of that saltwater taffy happening. Creamy. Very viscous. Very, very mouth coating. Very warm in the back of your mouth, heading towards your throat. It's actually a little prickly on the roof of your mouth. Oh, that just like gives you full body wiggle shivers. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Now, is it worth $200? That's a good question. Is it worth $200? See, now when I compare this to other cask strength bourbons that I've had. You know, I've had GTSs, I've had Stag Juniors, I've had, you know, lots of different cask strength, straight up bourbon, no finish. And a lot of them are hanging out in the $100 area. I don't, it's got a, you know, I don't know if this is worth $200. It's phenomenal. It's delicious, but I would probably put this under 150. I'm trying to think of another not finished cask strength bourbon that would even be in the $150 range, and I'm kind of drawing a blank at the moment because most of them are down around $100 or maybe just a hair over. Like the Remus Repeal 5. Now that's a blend of bourbons. This is a blend of bourbons, and it has age statements for each bourbon. This we have no idea. We don't. It doesn't say on the bottle anywhere age statement for this bourbon. So no clue what this could be or how old. Now it's possible that it's got some young stuff and some very old stuff, which would lead them to not want to put an age state on there because they have to age state the youngest whiskey in the bottle. And so this could end up with like a 6-year age statement, 5-year age statement, maybe even as low as 4-year age statement. Although I don't taste anything that young. I don't think it's that young. I would venture a guess that everything in here is at least 6 years or older. But they didn't want to throw a 6-year age state on here, because some of the stuff in here could be 13, 14, 15. Who knows how old. So I think if we knew the provenance of the bourbons that were used in this blend and their ages, maybe my mind would change on the price value situation. But not knowing those things, I don't think this is worth $200 just off the taste. I max 150. Now you're not going to find this for 150 because the MSRP is 200. So, but is it very, very good? Yes, absolutely delicious. Going back to the nose now, that rye has changed again, and it's becoming just a like super sweet candied rye. Like rye that was put through a food processor and then mixed into whipped cream. That's what I'm getting. Wow, that's wild. It's amazing. It's really nice. Wow, that sweet rye note is really tripping me out because it just keeps evolving and becoming sweeter and sweeter. This may need some air. This may be a completely different animal in a few days or a week. But it is getting nicer and nicer on the nose as it sits here, which leads me to believe that this is or has quite a bit of older whiskey in it. So maybe the $200 MSRP is justifiable because of their cost. You know, really extra aged bourbons are going to be expensive. And that's why your finished bourbons that went through a second cask, there's a lot more cost there. They're going to be more expensive. You know, buying a brandy cask or Armagnac cask or whatever, and then aging in it, a second aging process is going to add cost. So maybe this is absolutely worth $200. And the way it keeps opening up, I'm going to stick to my 150 though. This is swinging a little towards Elijah Craig, BP, some of the better ones I've had. Wow. I love it. Anyway, if you want to taste bottles like this, maybe jump in my Patreon. Links in the description. And I do samples of pretty much every bottle I open. So jump in there, check it out. You get access to an exclusive Facebook group just for my patrons, and so much fun in there. bottle shares, sample shares, all kinds of stuff going on. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching this. Have a great day.